All right, folks, it's Wednesday, August 2nd. I'm going to be back with my partner from Ascending Capital tomorrow. We're going to talk about this market meltdown and where things can go. But look at this, just breaking news. Overstock. We've been talking about the relative strength in Overstock yesterday and this morning. And this is breaking out, man, towards the 39 to 43 price targets. So we'll talk about that. Also, we'll get to our number one pick of the day, which is bucking the market trend here. Well, depending on your entry, but at least it's holding its own. So we'll get to that as well. So, man, so glad to see Overstock up right now. But let's take a look at the major indices. Obviously, you know, the spark, the catalyst, we talked about it for our VIPs this morning, is that downgrade by Finch on the credit rating of the U.S. debt. That was a catalyst that caused huge market crash in like 2011, or 8, 9, somewhere around there. I lived through it. So I knew that the perception would be whether, every situation is different. So fundamentally, is this going to have the same impact as it had then? I don't know, but I don't really care because it's a market really, a lot of it's about perception and sentiment. So I know a lot of people went through that and they will be scared about that. Now, unfortunately, I didn't take a lot of action though. I did end up buying VIX today, which has worked out a little bit. I tried gold last night, which didn't work out. I dumped it at the open, so that was good. But let's just look at the key moving averages and where we can go. So QQQ, the all-important 20 DMA, is currently broken. If we stay below this, now we have Amazon and Apple earnings tomorrow, I think after the close. That could really decide the direction of, do we kind of barely hang on to this 20 DMA? Let's maybe imagine that we can reclaim it today. But even if we don't reclaim it, Amazon and Apple earnings could be consequential enough to say, okay, we're either back to a bull market or we're down to this 50 DMA, which, by the way, would still be a bull market. So the 50 DMA would be your next target here on the QQQ. Much the same on RK, although more bullish RK, even though it's down 6%. It's a more volatile kind of pseudo index here. But RK, we have support. The next support here is $45.43, which is kind of this 50-day moving average and rising. So I don't know. I'm just much more bullish RK than QQQ in the intermediate term. But these are the levels we could go to, right? We could drop a few more bucks in RK. We can drop several more dollars here in QQQ. What is that, to 365, like another $10 or $11, and still be pretty bullish. Okay, that's the story. And all these charts look the same. IWM is probably, no, let me check IWM. Yeah, IWM close to that 20 DMA, hanging in a little bit better. And then SPY as well is a touch above the 20 DMA. Didn't quite. Oh, it actually touched the 20 DMA today. Can you believe it? It bounced right off the 20 DMA. So, look, I would prefer not to break the 20 DMA. I would prefer QQQ to reclaim the 20 DMA, because if we don't, we can move down to this 50 DMA, which can be pretty painful. Also, I just want to point out, has given up the 20 DMA, and that's concerning as well. I don't know. Can we? It's the close that matters. Intraday, this stuff is scary. But it's the close that matters. Can NVIDIA reclaim the 20? If it doesn't, then you can see NVIDIA make a move to about 418, 420 or so, that rising 50 DMA. And hopefully that'll be the end of it. I'm very optimistic that the 50 DMA will be the end of it and will be the line in the sand and will be an opportunity to buy. And we're back to the races. That's my perspective at the moment. All right. As far as our top picks go for the day, well, look, we gave you 3. Huge, Peri, and Apron. Peri didn't work out. I decided to throw in the towel on this one. So we lost money on Peri. Our number one pick of the day, though, Huge, with really good news this morning. Look, I really prefer not to hold this overnight. but I might hold some because I like the news. I like this 20 DMA break, and the target I gave you was 150 to 175. Did my app just freeze here? And I can't show the crosshairs. What's going on with my crosshairs? There it is. So 150 to 175. Look, it may take a few days to get there. I mean, there's a few other high-risk stocks we brought to your attention recently, which they went on multi-day runs. Look at STKH after that resistance level kept on going. Another one, which I had to throw in the towel just because this morning I was raising money, but look, it's actually having, just crashed over here. So FFIE is another one, which I gave you yesterday with some nice targets. It hit target 1, making its way towards target 2, but because look at that strength today. So target 1 was 34.47, which it hit yesterday, got blocked right there. And then target 2 would be your 200 DMA at 200 DMA at 40 cents. But I threw in the towel on this because I was just trying to raise cash this morning on things that I had less conviction on. And that was one of them. So huge, like I'm tempted to say with the strength of the catalyst. And again, if you want to know the details, you can become a VIP and listen to us. Go to StoryTrading.com/app. You can join there and become a VIP. We're not going to go through the whole thesis here right now. But I think it is possible that this goes on a multi-day move to 150 to 175, but you got to manage your risk. This is a microcap. They can throw an offer on you last second. So I think that I'll probably hold some overnight, but we're going to be decreasing our position because it is a high risk microcap, and hopefully we'll get to 150 to 175 in the coming days. Our third pick we gave you is kind of holding its own. Man, we're down down 7%. It's holding its own. But if you look at the 5-day chart, it looks good. It looks nice. And it got a nice W bottom in here. We're above the key moving averages. I would like to claim 605 again. By the way, this chart's not accurate on the TD app for April. But if you look at the desktop, you'll see that we're above the 20 DMA. We're in between the 20 and the 50. Okay, 605. Love to reclaim that today. But we have a big catalyst next week. So I think that's why it's holding up, and a lot of hope and excitement around what can happen with Apron potentially doing a multi-bagger. So I'm holding on to my position in Apron because of the catalyst and the FOMO that may be going into the event next week. So those were the top 3. We told you about INVZ, but I wasn't ready to take a trade on it, something that we're going to monitor given the news this morning and the beat and a lot of attention it's getting. So that's just new on your watch list. We're going to monitor. PSQH, I still haven't sold this one. We're down 9%, but I'm holding out for the catalyst. The catalyst could be as early as tonight, but it's happening sometime in August, probably early August, with the first advertisement on the Tucker Carlson show. So Public Square will get a lot more attention, and that's when I'm going to try to get my exit on Public Square, hopefully a few dollars higher. We'll see if that happens. Man, look at AMD. This morning, I was like, I don't know why the stock is up. The earnings didn't really beat. Man, I should have turned that into a short idea, but I didn't. I should have. Another one that I noticed this morning was Generac, which they missed earnings and they decreased their guidance. And I was looking at this at 135, and I was thinking about maybe do we make it a short idea? I didn't make it into the show. Should have. Mistake, man. It's so hard to flip from being long and just riding long for weeks, and then you're knowing intellectually that look, this is a good environment to maybe short some things, but it's very hard to execute and all of a sudden go from being long to being short. So I did not give you that idea this morning. What do I think about INVZ? David Garrett's asking. I just have to start researching. This is new on our watch list. Okay. And I'm going to be maybe doing some research on it, but I don't really have an opinion on it at this time. Okay. Going to be watching it, and maybe we'll let you know later. And you can tell us what you think, David, on INVZ in our community on the app over at StoryTrading.com/app. Drio had some good news this morning. Today, Drio's having. Wow, I can't wait to look at Overstock in a second. So this is something to monitor. I'm all out of Drio right now, but the news is really good. Something to monitor about this GLP-1 behavioral change program. So we're going to continue to monitor. I mean, I put too much homework into Drio over the last couple of years to completely dismiss it. So we're going to be monitoring the news on that and looking for a re-entry, and hopefully they're going to execute the second half of the year, and then Aetna will launch in January, hopefully, but with this time, I'm not ready to jump back in watching it closely. All right, we got to go to Overstock. Thank God we kept Overstock. It is maybe our largest swing position right now, but yesterday we had like a really big swing position, and we paired it down. We had that big one because of the launch of Bed Bath and Beyond yesterday. So I had to pull back my overweight shares. So I went from being like really nicely overweight now to just our largest swing position. Um, but look at this, bucking the market trend. We had a bullish engulfing candle yesterday, and now we're heading right to that 39 target. This is beautiful. So 39 is the target on Overstock, and then 43. Doesn't this give you confidence on a day like today? Man, oh my gosh. I don't know, man. I'm thinking of maybe I should go back to an overweight, but this is crazy. Things are starting to work out with Overstock. So I'm just going to hold on. We've been holding for weeks, looking for 39 to 43 and not backing down even an inch on that target. Uber, we gave you the news of the upgrades coming this morning. I held this. I didn't sell any. I've been down since yesterday entry. So this one I held. I just did not want to sell at the 46 at support. Like yesterday was close to. I'm like, I'm holding this. The earnings were too good. We got a couple upgrades this morning. Thank God. It's holding this 20 DMA. Maybe, hopefully I can get out of this at least break even, maybe later today or tomorrow. We'll see. But that was one I decided to hold. Look at Overstock. We got to move this to the top. Oh my gosh. At this rate, 39 looks like it may be coming today. Beautiful. All right. Maybe that'll save the day. Because you know what? Our number one pick of the day was huge, but it is a micro cap. So it's a small position for us, like less than 5%. The other 95% of our holdings are getting absolutely killed today. Now, except now Overstocks. Now we got huge and Overstock working for us. So that's like now 90% of our holdings getting killed. So we're nowhere near, nowhere near like a green day for today at all. Okay. But it's good to see two of our higher conviction picks, huge and Overstock, doing really good this morning. Let's see if there's any questions from the audience over at Rumble, looking on YouTube. Don't see anything currently. So don't forget about Amazon and Apple earnings tomorrow after the close. There are lots of other earnings. Man, this morning we went like through 20 press releases of stocks, 300 stocks we follow. And I picked Peri, so it didn't work out. For a while, it looked like it was working out. Man, this morning, this thing was like 36.50 while the market was going down. I'm like, yeah, we did it again. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Oh, we had a standing order to sell some Overstock here. Snoots. Okay, I have to check that. But we just sold a little bit of Overstock at 37.90. I didn't know that was going to happen. I may have to buy that back. Okay, look at it go, man. Look at this go. This is fun. All right. With that, worst day in my profile. I don't know anything about Pacey. Sorry, Reza. I don't know anything about Pacey. Maybe you can let us know what's going on with Pacey. But man, now I want those Overstock shares, but I didn't realize we had a sell order for some of our shares. My partner put that in, I guess. He is unavailable. He's on a plane heading back to America. So I can't tell you anything about Pacey. All right. Now I got to go and manage Overstock. All right. Good luck, guys. For our VIPs, we'll see you tomorrow morning at storytrading.com/app. You can go there, set up a free profile, then get a free trial. And hopefully we're going to kill it again. Look at Overstock 38. This is heading to 39. Why we just sold some, I don't know. I got to get back in. Take care. We'll see you guys later.